Hey guys, welcome to the fourth video of the Russell D. McLean YouTube channel. Today we're going to be diving into the topic of the 7 big mistakes entrepreneurs make when they don't observe the law of averages that will attract sales for their business. But before we begin, I would like to send a shout out to the Active Income Warriors from Instagram. I appreciate all your support. You guys are very precious to me. And also I want to remind you guys to like the video, leave a comment, because the comments allows us to understand what we can improve on and what you want us to discuss next. And also, I would like for you to actually share the video. Share the video with as many like-minded people as possible. This actually helps with the algorithm and helps us reach people to add more value. Okay, guys, let's dive into number 1 on the list of mistakes. Okay, number 1, not setting clear objectives. Failing to define specific goals for offline prospecting efforts can lead to scattered or unfocused interactions that don't effectively leverage social proof online. Now, guys, this is so important because the social proof that you can create when you're using the law of averages out in the public, right? Because what happens is there's a compounding effect of what happens over time. Let's just say you work a job full time, right? Or you have other aspects of your business that you have to work that prevents you from going out. Whenever you have downtime, go out and connect with as many people as you can. Now, you don't have to sell anything to them, but you can at least communicate what it is that you do, see if they align with it. You can ask for their advice and feedback, and you can also get a follow from them. And you can simply use the law of reciprocation, genuine reciprocation. Remember, I want you guys to remain ethical, right? So you can give them something for their time. Because if you let someone know that you value their time, they in turn will value yours, right? So meeting a lot of people and creating those connections will give you the followers you need. That way you're not beholden to the algorithms of social media platforms. And you literally can leverage them better by actually connecting with a lot more people. Once people see that you have a lot of interactions that they're unfamiliar with, new followers, right, they'll actually be more inclined to engage as well. All right, number 2 on the list. Lack of consistent outreach. Inconsistent or sporadic offline prospecting efforts can result in missed opportunities to build connections and generate in-person reviews to further enhance proof online, right? Social proof online. Now, I want you to remember that, and I'm going to read that again so I can be a little bit more clearer. Inconsistent or sporadic offline prospecting efforts can result in missed opportunities to build connections and generate in-person reviews to further enhance social proof online. Now, I wanted to really talk about the review piece because there's a lot of people that say, okay, I don't mind actually taking the time and preparing myself for a pre-launch, right? Or let's just say if you're promoting an affiliate product. Okay, how am I going to actually gain in-person reviews that I can add to the list so I can show some sort of differentiation from my campaigns to the usual campaigns that they see for this product? And I think that is important because when you can add to the reviews, and you can actually have those assets, those personal interactions from your offline leverage prospecting. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that at the end because it is much wiser, as my mentor Myron Golden says, to generate leads online and to attract leads rather than traditional prospecting. But what I'm speaking of here is leverage prospecting. We'll talk more at the end. Okay, so basically, what you're doing is you're creating a review pool of your own personalized connections, which gives you a different and more relatable view. Because a lot of times when, let's just say if it's a product that someone else sells in a similar market, that you're creating your original product that you're doing, setting up for a pre-launch, or if it is an affiliate product that you're promoting, what gives you the leverage is those in-person connections, right? Those little short video clips of someone actually giving their own video case study or testimonial that you can then leverage online is far more impactful, and it actually creates much more relatability and it actually stimulates more emotional awareness from the actual consumer, right? The potential consumer of the product. So it's just a lot more leverage when you're using offline connections to generate the reviews. And I won't get into how you exactly go about doing that because there's not enough time in this video, but I do share that in my free mastermind, and I'll leave the link in the description of my Instagram bio, and I'll also leave a link on this channel as well. But I go into the actual steps that you take to generate those reviews. But what you want to do is you want to show someone that you appreciate their time, and you want to actually allow them to benefit from giving you their time. You always want to value people's time. I'm telling you guys, the more you value the time of others, the more they will value your time in return, right? Because if you're letting a person know that you are busy, that you're doing your best to add value in the marketplace, and you may not have a lot of time, they'll understand it because you're actually out doing so. And you're actually showing reciprocity in the time that they offer, right? So when you create an environment like this, people feel like sharing a review, especially if, let's say, if it's your own product or an affiliate product, you're sharing a free sample. That's one way to get that review. So I'll give you that little tip. On to number 3 on the list. Ignoring follow-up. Neglecting to follow up with individuals met offline can hinder the development of meaningful relationships and limit the potential for social media engagement leveraged online. Now, I don't know if you guys have experienced a lot of changes on a lot of platforms besides TikTok, because TikTok for now allows you to have great reach, right? But a lot of other platforms, like Facebook or Instagram, it may not be as easy to reach your potential prospects, students, or just followers, right? But a way that you can bypass this is by making offline connections and gaining their support to engage with your content. And because they engage with your content, it actually stimulates that algorithm, and it will actually suggest your content more. Now, provided that you're using best practices based on the type of content frameworks that people are already engaging with. And another way that you can leverage these interactions is you can gain honest feedback on content that you want to post. And I'll also go into this deeper inside my free mastermind, right? So now we're going to move on to number 4. Not leveraging networking events. Failing to attend relevant networking events or conferences can limit exposure to potential connections and opportunities for relatable testimonials that resonates with your ideal avatar, creating niche-specific social proof. Now, I said that intentionally because what you want to generate is niche-specific social proof. You don't want to have just a bunch of people that your ideal avatar, customer, client, or student can relate to. They have to be relatable. And when you go to a lot of specific and relevant events, you're going to get a diverse group of your ideal avatar, right? And basically what that does is it actually shows, one, that you care enough about your audience and connecting with people, and you believe enough in your product that you can have a diverse group of people that all share the same interests. This will give you the ultimate leverage online, because creating genuine outreach and letting people know that you care about them. And like I said, you're not selling these people anything, right? Because what you don't want to do is to be a pressure salesperson. Now, contrary to popular belief, it is not bad to be a salesman. Yes, a salesperson can actually be a consultant, right? And guide someone and reveal the value that you have that is in alignment with what they're already seeking in the marketplace. But you just simply don't want to be a pushy or needy salesperson. You can create an environment that allows people to feel like buying your product. Why? If you're using the genuine reciprocity rule, right? Genuinely, right? If you're doing that and you're actually showing people that you appreciate their time, you're giving them up front first, what's going to happen is they'll be more than happy to support what you're doing, and they will be your cheerleaders online. Like the article that Seth Godin spoke about, 1,000 True Fans, these will be raving fans. They will easily share your content, easily like your content. And I know because I've actually tested this again and again, which is why when you go through my social media, you'll easily see people cooperating with supporting my product, right? You're going to see me doing this with reviews and everything, right? So I'm telling you, when you reach back out to a person and let them know that you, one, remember their name, two, remember details that they've told you before. So being an active listener actually helps, guys. And I'm going to give you a tip as just a little bonus. That book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, is underrated. You may have heard a lot of thought leaders talk about it, but they're not lying, guys. If you read that book and go out and do the things in public by talking to large samples of people, that's why I say, please observe the law of averages. Because the more people you talk to, the more people you will have to leverage influence with. Okay? The least amount of people you talk to, the least amount of people you'll have to leverage influence with. And I'm telling you, these offline connections, genuine connections that you make, because you literally, especially if you want to be an active income warrior, you have to be willing to actually add value to people. You have to be willing to put someone before you. Because I'm telling you, putting yourself last will put you on top. I'm telling you, helping others get what they want will ultimately allow you to receive what you want. If you take that approach, right, with emotional intelligence and genuine empathy, you cannot lose with the stuff that I use. Okay? Moving on to number 5. Failure to build rapport. Neglecting to build rapport and establish trust during offline interactions can diminish the effectiveness of leveraging those connections for emotionally connective social proof online, which causes online leads to feel like buying. Back to creating an environment where people feel like buying, right? Now, I've learned this principle from Myron Golden because I was doing this in my business as a tattooer right before I started developing my own products to launch. As a tattoo artist, I was doing this over and over, but I didn't understand what I was doing. And when I followed Myron, then and only then did I gain clarity on what I was doing, right? And you basically, how can you know what to do if you don't know what you did? So document, guys. You always want to be hyper intentional about what you're doing. You always want to be measuring what you're doing. You always want to be receiving feedback on what you're doing, right? And you always want to put yourself in a mindset, okay, how can I pivot when something doesn't work? How can I stand on the shoulders of giants that are doing something in a similar market where I can simply learn and use those proven evergreen principles to actually put into place with my own unique approach that serves the market in a way that they already want to buy, right? Let's keep that in mind. But that rapport, guys, when you build the rapport with people, right? Back to the emotional intelligence. When you do that, it allows them to feel like buying. And I'm telling you, when you show up not selling anything and you're just simply giving, and Gary Vee was not lying when he said jab, 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 right hook, right? But here I'm saying jab, 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 jab with your offline audience. If you are giving to them and not trying to sell them anything, I guarantee you that they will actually support you and buy it, especially if they give you that honest feedback and they feel what you're doing is great and it's in alignment with their beliefs and their values. They will buy, right? A lot of times we put ourselves in a place, and that's another thing. If you're not talking to large numbers of people, you're going to feel more needy. You're not going to be able to fill your pipeline up consistently and effective, and your sales will be sporadic like a roller coaster. I know what I'm talking about because I've been there. And when I plugged in intentional prospecting into my business processes, I was able to generate sales consistently. Now, provided that when I was a tattooer, it was like owning a job, and it took a lot of muscle implementation, right? The lowest level of value. for me to achieve those sales, but the principles were still true, and I could actually apply those to a product-based business. Now, moving on to number 6. Ignoring diverse channels, limiting prospecting efforts to a single offline channel or method can narrow the pool of potential connections and reduce the effectiveness of leveraging what I call the FOMO tribal movement, social proof online. Now, what FOMO tribal movement effect is, what that effect is, you're creating the fear of missing out on the next tribal movement, right? If people see a large number of people that they can relate to when it comes to an issue, when it comes to the story and the value that they actually relate to around a product or a service or just a brand's story, they're going to want to feel like they are a part of that movement. 1, because they already relate to it. 2, because they actually love being a part of something that they care about, right? An actual tribal movement. We all love to belong to causes that we care about and around it, like-minded people. So when you plug that all in, people are not going to want to miss out on that, especially if you are talking to a large number of people. What that does by default is that adds an effect that this is going to happen with or without you. And because you're adding that element by having such a large number of supporters, the social proof, right? Because you have that, they're not going to want to miss out on that, especially if you're adding value in a way that they care about, right? So now the 7th and final one. Not monitoring and measuring results, neglecting to track and analyze the outcomes of offline prospecting efforts can hinder the ability to optimize strategies for generating qualified leads more effectively online and maximizing sales opportunities. You have to measure and monitor your results. And the beauty about speaking to large numbers of people who value what it is that you have to offer, right? Because remember what I said in the previous videos. I said that it's best to sell what the market already wants to buy and not what you want to sell. You must always start out and focus on the transformation that they're going to get, the results that they're going to get. You always want to make that very clear on the transformation piece. They have to know the benefits that they will get. It has to be about them and not about you, right? And when you have a lot of people that you serve without even selling anything to, how much more do you think that they're going to be inclined to actually share their transformation of what you're actually offering them, right, up front, right? Looking for nothing in return. These people can merely be your testimonials. And I know a lot of people say, well, why would I spend that year in pre-launch or year of building up, creating the leverage for my affiliate campaigns? Why would I not want to sell to these people? Well, here's the thing. You aren't selling to these people because you are, remember, creating an environment where they feel like buying. And I'm telling you, if you show up genuinely caring about what they value and offering value up front first without asking anything or looking for anything in return from these people, a lot of them are going to buy by default because they appreciate you not pressuring them, because they appreciate you caring about what it is that they wanted. Because remember, when you're going out and talking to these people, you're going to be qualifying people. If it's not something for them, you're going to thank them for their time and quickly move on. And you're not going to take it personally because you want to disqualify people that aren't in alignment with the value you have to offer, right? Because you're going to have to deal with those no's on your way to the yeses, even if you did find something that a large number of people want to buy. That's just a part of the process. But you should get excited and play that game of no, right? That Myra Golden talks about, where is you gotta get 10 no's in a row. And every time you get a yes, you gotta start back over from scratch and get another 10. If you do that on your downtime from your business or your job on your day off, right, while you're working on your business, I'm telling you, it'll be amazing. And for us 9-to-5ers that are in pre-launch and building our businesses out, I'm telling you, those long hours that you put in on your business, do that for yourself. I mean, on your job, do that for yourself in your business. I'm telling you, Jim Rohn was right. If you work harder on yourself and your business than you do on your job, you will be wealthy, right? Now, he may not have said that verbatim, but that's basically the gist of what he was saying. Work harder on your business. Work harder on developing yourself than you do on your job. Now, don't get me wrong. Put in great effort on your job and also work hard. I mean, work smart, right? Not just hard for hard's sake. It's good to actually work with all your might, right? Do something with all your might and be diligent, but you want to leverage and be wise as well. You don't want to injure yourself to where you can't perform in your business, right? But definitely go all out. I'm not saying don't go all out on your job and actually be the best servant that you possibly can in the workplace. But what I'm saying is don't deny yourself the opportunity to serve your business by serving others. Okay, I wanted to speak about leverage prospecting as promised, right? Now, the reason why I want to elaborate what leverage prospecting, leverage intentional prospecting is versus traditional prospecting is because you may hear my mentor, Myron Golden, talking about it's not really wise to prospect. You should simply make yourself more findable online for people who already buy what you have to sell, which I absolutely agree with that. Now, the reason why I say that this is leverage is when you're prospecting, you're not looking to prospect and to create a sale, right? You're wanting to generate an actual customer, right? And the reason why you want to do that is that person could actually do compound recruiting for you. Meaning you could show up not trying to sell them anything, as I was speaking before, and you can simply offer them something for their time, for giving you advice, for engaging with your content, sharing it, liking it, right? And actually copying the links of your content and sharing those links. But because you've showed up and you've engaged with them in a genuine way, you qualify that they actually care about what it is that you have to offer. And you simply ask for their advice and feedback on that thing. And you actually give them something up front for their time without asking or looking for anything. You're not looking for the sale with these people. You're simply going to show up and love on them. You're going to respect their time and genuinely get to know them. You're going to ask questions and you're going to shut up and you're going to listen. You're going to actually remember their names, like I said, when you're reaching back out to them. And you're not trying to sell them anything. Just generally show somebody, a person, you never know what they're going through. So you can ask them when it's a good time to actually reach out and just touch bases with them. Now, if the person is standoffish and simply just wants to give you their advice and the feedback, accept that respectfully and let them move on. But if they're willing to connect with you, then I think you should actually use that. And that's why I say it's leverage prospecting. Because these people are your cheerleaders. They're going to be amongst your 1,000 true fans because they're going to like, you know what? This person actually gave something. They showed me that they appreciated my time. And they're actually genuinely out here trying to serve people what they value. I like that. It's going to make you stand out and stand apart. Because I'm telling you, when you have that commission breath, right, as Myron Golden talks about, when you're very needy, people can sense that. But if you're out there talking to large samples of people offline that you can leverage online as actual niche specific social proof, right? And I always want you to remember, I coined that phrase, niche specific social proof. And the reason why, you don't want to just have any random person, right? You don't. That's why when I had people to support me in Palette Views and the pre-launch of our Cheerful Thoughts children's activity book series, I always ask, did someone have a daughter or a son or a nephew or a niece or a godson or goddaughter or a granddaughter or a grandson, right? Or a stepdaughter or a stepson. The reason why, because they had to align with the market that I am actually promoting to, right? It has to be in alignment there. So it has to be niche specific social proof. Anyway, it's so leveraged, this prospecting, because you're not selling. You're leveraging these genuine offline relationships with people that are in alignment with what it is that you're offering, right? Which is going to be a large number of people, right? What they already want to buy. And I'm telling you, if you position yourself in that way, and also if you actually show the transformation, right? You can actually use these relationships that you're creating with these people and giving them something up front for their time, free samples of the product, right? Giving them a tip or anything for their time, right? Now, like I said, you're going to remain ethical. You're only going to pay them something for their time, give them a tip, if they're giving you a genuine review, their honest opinion. Now, remember, be a person of your word because they'll respect you more. Even if they give you feedback and they don't like what you are offering, even though they care about that product, but they may not like that, give them something for their time. Even because if they don't like the sample, give them something. Give them a couple of hours. Give them something just to show that you value their time and you appreciate that honest feedback. I'm telling you, they will appreciate you more and they will be more likely to support you in the future. Plus, it's a win-win situation, right? Because you've shown someone that they care, and if you help people get what they want, they will ultimately help you. You will ultimately get what you want. And also, if they're giving you feedback, that's also leverage. Now you know exactly what ways you can improve and optimize the experience, right? So that is what I mean by leverage prospecting. I hope this actual video helps you guys, and I hope to see you in the future. Remember to like the video, follow us, right? Give us a subscribe, and also comment so we can actually know what topics you want us to talk about in terms of iterations and mindset when it comes to sales and building a presence online, right? And pre-launch strategies. Anything along those lines that you want us to talk about, please leave us your feedback in the comments, and also share this with as many like-minded people as you possibly can. Because I'm telling you, you're going to be having a lot of aha moments because I use my creative imagination to do this, and then I go out and test, and then I share, right? And if I am sharing something that you may have heard or someone else is teaching, I'm always going to give that person credit because you may not have been aware that that person even exists. So I love to give credit where credit is due. Anyway, guys, I enjoyed my time here with you guys. Have a great day.